Hi everyone, welcome to Real Estate 101, Just Ask Bill. A bi-weekly spot to have your questions about real estate answered in simple terms to help you go out into that jungle and feel confident. Now, no questions are stupid. We do this every single day, the public does not. And let's face it, there's a lot of misinformation about how things work, different scenarios, new regulations, government intervention, and policing of the industry. It changes constantly. So let's get started with our first question, which is a two-part question. So, what is the difference between a deposit and a down payment when it comes to making an offer on a property? And second, if a deal doesn't close, does the seller automatically keep the deposit? Now, great questions. And as you may know, the two terms sometimes get mistakenly interchanged. So a deposit is an amount of money that accompanies the offer to purchase as a show of good faith. So if you're buying a home, let's say for $900,000, you might attach a deposit of say $40,000 as your deposit to the offer. The stronger the deposit, the better it presents to the seller in terms of the financial strength and then likelihood to get it to close. Now the down payment is the total amount of money that the buyer has to put toward the purchase price on closing, with the mortgage from the bank making up the balance. So in the same example, I put $40,000 deposit with the offer. I have another $200,000, let's say, in my bank account to put as my down payment. The 40 is added to the 200 total down payment for an amount of 240. And the balance, which would be 660, would be the mortgage side, not including, of course, closing costs like transfer taxes and lawyer's fees. Now for part two, if the buyer does not close the deal on the date that was set out in the agreement, which by the way is rarely the case, most people believe that the deposit, or in this case the 40 grand, goes directly to the seller as a penalty. Not so, my friends. The deposit sits in a trust account, and in the province of Ontario, if there's a non-closure, the money cannot be removed from a trust account until both the sides agree to who's at fault. And you can imagine how that will go. That is definitely another story and another question for another time. So don't think it's that easy to walk away from a transaction. It's very, very heavy. It's very legally intense, but we can address that, like I say, down the line. So I hope you found that helpful. Please remember to like or subscribe to our channel and tune in every couple of weeks for more questions on Real Estate 101, Just Ask Bill, because we'll be here.